YouTube watchers. Doing a couple of wee jobs on the Kubota 130 back actor here, or backhoe. I was doing some pretty serious digging up there beside the red barrels. You know, you see, put a pipe across to the burn from the old mill lathe, which would be right against the mill there. So we're digging right down with this sitting on the ground, and as this is meant for a Kubota tractor, which if it's even 1 ton, let's strengthen this a few times. So these are the landing legs were getting pushed in, so I made up this bracket. This is the end off of a hydraulic cylinder for the loader, for the major, for the mill loader brackets. And then the other one, got the thread off the end of the ram and put it into that side, and a couple of the lugs I cut off the other end of the ram. Just an old ram that leaks, it's not worth sorting. So did that last couple of days. Didn't really film anything. I'll just show you it. So the main job I need to do is get new seals for here. So I'm going to try and get that off somehow. And big Stilson, I'll try the little Stilson first. I'd like to try and loosen it when it's in its place, it'll be easier. If not, I'll like to take it out and put it into the vise. And then this wobbles about a bit. When I did this originally, I didn't have the Bridgeport, so I'm hoping to just stop now and again, because my brain doesn't work right. The blood clots that went into it screwed it up. Yeah, so I'm hoping to get we'll make a bigger pin for it, because we can put this in the Bridgeport, this whole bit, and get it out to a bigger size to match whatever's in that, and try and tighten that up as well. Apart from that, I just fix things as the brake usually. As this is 1982 model, that can do that quite often. So I'll go and see if I'll try and get a little Stilson onto that. There's not much to grab, that's the problem. Put you up here, pulling out. If anybody wants to see anything in particular when I'm able to do it, just drop me a message or something, leave a comment, whatever. Some days I'm not able to do much. I'll do what I can. As you get better and better machinery, you can do more. But most of the stuff I've got is ancient. Leg's bad today as well. I get chronic leg pain, that's from the first stroke. You'll often see me looking for stuff, that's because I've no idea what to do with it. Enough movement in here or not? There are teeth. I tell you what, that's hand tight. I wonder if we could actually, we can probably get this out without taking the ram out. I'll go and strip out this end, and then I can get that off, and that'll take out the new seals for this, but maybe new seals for the piston as well. It's very nice. expecting that. Right, so we'll get the buckets off first. That'll be the first thing we need to do. I've run out of fuel in the David Brown. I was going to do a little job in it, or try to get it, take out the injector and sort a broken bolt, but there's no fuel to heat it up. I was originally going to use this drive shaft to go across between the two legs, but I changed my mind. See the wobble up on that. Rest that. Oh, it should be able to get this ram apart now. Yeah, my leg's giving me a jip today. This is my guard I made up to stop when I was digging, I broke one of the hydraulic line fittings, and I made up this guard so it couldn't hit them, and it was worth the effort, I can tell you, because it hit them quite often. We're in December now, and I think it's rained or snowed or did something every single day. So now that I've taken this to bits, we're going to get a few dry days. After I get this done, I'm going back to David Brown. We'll be manufacturing some steel work for it. I would like to get a radial arm drill, but quite expensive and quite heavy to get here. I think the cheapest one I've seen is about £500, and they're all, most of them are 3-phase, which we can get an inverter for, but that's more money. You're probably speaking of a grand by the time you get it here. I did see a cheaper Bridgeport that he was selling. He just went rid of it, but it was another side of Scotland, so transport would have been expensive. It sold quite quickly because I think he only wanted £600 for it. It's worth more than that. Right, we'll get this guard off, we'll get the ram off, get this bit off, dipper. I paid too much for this when I bought it, but it's kind of paid for itself now with use, but because to renew quite a lot of it. Just sign that off for the angle. Should be better. All these bolts in one place. Should be easy to find. If I measure this rod and it's the same as that rod, I might get another set of seals for this as well. Yeah, that's that guard I made. It's made out of a exercise machine. I've got this treadmill, that's the word I'm looking for, a while back, and the guy was all worried I was going to crush pliers, but I had no intention of doing that. I wanted to take it to bits to salvage all the steel, so it's been coming in quite handy for various items. With all these old machines, there's always something breaking on them. I've lost my big hammer. It'll be somewhere safe. I'll find it eventually. In the box. I don't know if any of you watch Barry, the man from the mist, but he's a great one for putting stuff in plastic bags. Quite a good idea. He's restoring an earlier David Brown than I've got, but his one's been done to, I would say, concourse. Spec. Mine's been done to, let's get to work. Another channel is good if you've got, want to know about David Brown's is company in a minute. Shane, Passive Discovery. He's in America. And again, he's got an older David Brown. That one I've got is 1974. The theirs are, I think both of theirs are from the 60s. Maybe. Oh, that's a pin. Hey, that's a pin, isn't it? What we need to do probably is bore these out. Oh, these fit. Do something with the inside, I think. Maybe. How heavy this is. Decided to be an upward swing. It's catching on something. Screwdriver in our swing maybe. Right, let's see if we can. There. Here. It's, I think it's slightly wider. That worked. Right. Yes, right now. I should just make a new one of them because it's had so many patches. It still works, I suppose. Not doing it here. Did we do something? With the price steel is now, it'd be quite expensive to make a new arm for it. Big gear up, should put that out, I think. There's two pins in there that you get like a pin key to take them out. See, that's easy enough. Do it the wrong way. I've got a bucket ready to catch any hydraulic oil that runs out by accident. I don't know if you see the squirrel going up the tree there. Shooting up that tree. He's real fast, you can see him now and again. What's it done? It's in front of you. and drop that arm down. Right, now the hard bit, try to get that nut off of there. We should be able to hold that in the vise, I think. Right, I'll bring it along in a minute. I've got it in the vise here, so I think it's 1.8" nut. Oh, it's just going to come off, this one, typical. The last one was horrendous to get off. Might be able to order these seals online. I'll see if I can measure them somehow. There's 2 wipers and an O-ring there, that's for the piston. And then there'll be all the seals for the the rod itself's got a few scratches and I might be able to probably put it into the lathe and 1200 grit sandpaper on it or something just to try and get the scratches out. That's your little piston. All it seems to have is 2 wipers and an O-ring. This will have more. It's got a seal here. After I got the new seals, I found why it was leaking in the first place. There was a hairline crack in the casting which holds the end on. I'm going to try and make a new one from scratch. That's just an O-ring, but the seals inside, the ones that are gone. And there's a few, that outer seal's gone. And there's an O-ring or a wiper of some kind. Anyway, I might just go to the hydraulics place and see. Give us a measure and see if the other one's the same. I'm assuming everything in it will be the same. There's a few little scratches, but I'm pretty sure we could polish them out. just wear and tear over the years. I'll go and see, I've still got 1200 grit or 1500 grit sandpaper, and see if I can polish them out. I found some 1200 grit wet and dry, so I got it in the lathe and indicated it quite near where it should be and gave it a good old polish. It's not too bad. There are a few dings in it. There's one bad one down here, but maybe outside the travel. And I've squared it out with WD-40 protect it for the moment, but it's inch and quarter, 1 inch 250 thou it measures at, and the other ram's the same size, so it'll have the same seals, I'm pretty sure. So I'll just need to go and see if we can find seals for that. Going up for my lunch, so I'll have a look on the internet when I'm up. Right, I've got the new seals for the hydraulic ram. And I've got some clean hydraulic oil in here, just to clean my disc. So like this up. Give this a clean. I actually purchased 2 sets, but I had to wait a couple of days for them to come. Have you seen this stuff? I sent my son to, he was going to Asda I think, and I says get some WD-40 will you? So he came back with that bike degreaser. I didn't even know you got it, but it actually works quite well as a degreaser. Anyway, a couple of seals to go inside here. Give it a good clean. This is the biggest culprit. Right, let's start with the easy one, shall we? The O-ring. There's a place in Elgin, Scotland, called Henry Hydraulics. They got them all for us. I took up the this one's slightly different. This goes in here somewhere. Just to get in, I think. Oh, this is going to be the fun one. Right, put that in a minute. The wiper. Seems to be split now. It's weird. I'll put another bucket here. See if it's the same. That's a different set of seals. Okay. That's not the right seals. I think that's the right seals. Same as that. Yeah. It is. Right, we'll use this one. Right, look at this one better. This one seems to have a cut out in it. Either that or it's damaged. I think that's damaged. Okay, use this one. I'm not even sure if I can get this in here. It's a bit lively. Clean that now. You know what it is? That's the old ones. They've put them back in. That's what's wrong. That's the new set. So that'll be the old roaring. Yeah. These are all the old ones. Right, let's try that again with the new ones. That's my new ring. That'll be the easy bit to do. Do this in here somehow. Just going to put it in the vise so I've got an extra hand. Not sure how you're supposed to get that in there. Just thinking about it. Started in. Something that's not going to damage it. We've got it in that far. That's the tricky bit, getting that last bit in. Here's me hook. And we just broke the whole blooming thing. Would you believe it? It's cast. And what we're going to do. I'm just going to shut you off there because I may use foul language or something. Work out what I'm going to do with this. I managed to get it into the actual ram body, but with the pieces shoved together to try and use the thread to hold it, but it wasn't a real success. So the plan is now I've ordered a billet of 80mm by 103, I think it is, and I'm going to attempt to make a new one. I use the word attempt in there, so we'll have to see what happens. But the problem at the moment is I'm having trouble with the 3 jaw and the 4 jaw in the lathe at the moment, but hopefully I'll get them fixed and we can make a start to it once the bit of metal arrives. Came off eBay somewhere, so I think it's coming about 2 days before Christmas, maybe something like that. Or it may be held up, but yeah, we'll just start when we get it and I'll film it. This is the back plate off the 4 jaw for the lathe over there. I was having some problems. I could get it to tighten through on each of the jaws, but then it seemed to be moving, and what I discovered is it was held by 4 bolts and they come loose, and then tried to tighten one, the head snapped off it. So they're 1/2 inch 12 maybe, BSW or something like that. Anyway, so I've got it in the spacer here. I've indicated it right round that way. I've indicated the jaw, the head that way and that way, and that is centered on the original hole. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to bore it out to M16 and put bigger bolts in. It's not washing out too much. So I have here a brand new, just come from Amazon, cobalt drill, and 14mm for tapping M16. Just going to see if actually, I'm going to put the chuck in, I think, because that'll just go right down in that hole. I was going to bore new holes, but because there's 3 fixings at the back and 4 to go onto the plate, I couldn't get a position where they weren't interfering with each other, so I decided to just rebore the original holes. Yeah, that's a really shank. Let's see what size the shank is. We might have a collet that will go on. Doing a 10mm collet. That's fine because guess what's in there at the moment. Right, we'll swap that for this. Everything's been breaking this week. It's a bit like me, it's getting old and tired. I have an M16 tap, that's why it was one of the reasons I was going to go for that. I finally found my big hammer. It's right in front of my face as usual. And the collet should be more accurate, less wobble. It's an old Bridgeport, so it's got some wear in it. I'm going to go in there. I'm not sure if that's actually going to go in that collet. I might have to put the chuck in. This is cast as well, so the cobalt's better for non-ferrous metals. Although cast is a ferrous metal, I think. This is 10. There we go. Went in. Tell you what, they take a while to set up, these Bridgeports, but they're great. If I had been not waiting on the drill coming, I might have not have been so fussy. But I was waiting on the drill, so I thought I'll do it right. Now, that's in a collet, so that should be good. A bit of cutting oil. Find it. Don't think I'll actually need it. Done. If we move 90 degrees, exactly. We're on 6 and 6. 6. That should be right over the hole. Looks pretty good. Looks good. Just got this welding mask, but it's a clear thing that's in it. Right, number 2. We hit the jaw. Okay. I think the jaw's just underneath that bit. I'm not moving anything. I'll run that through later. Right, so we need to move 90 degrees again, don't we? 1, 2, 6, 8, 9, and we're on the 6. Oh, that's not the right place. That's the next one. Let's get it there somehow. That should be right on it. Yep. I don't know how I managed to miscount here. Oh goody, this one's on top of the jaw as well. I'll spin them round once I get the holes bored because I'm not so fussed in. 6, 5, 6. Yes, this one's clear. Once I've got these 4 holes drilled in the right place, I'll be able to turn it a wee bit, because I don't want to move anything before I drill the holes. Right, spin it around and get them. Clear. Okay. Put a chuck in, put a tap in the chuck just to get it started. Plug. Right, I really need to find the cutting wheel now. Right, let's get ready to stop this quick. I need to come down a bit again. So the jaws are tight. I'm going to get some weight on it till we get it started. Tapping cast can be fun. doesn't seem to want to start, I don't think. No. I'll have to spin it in at a faster speed to get it to bite. That's not the best place for that. All going to be the same. Houston, we may have another problem here. Find its way in there. Just using the chuck as my tap wrench now. But trying to loosen it. This way I can keep some pressure on it. Right, I think we've got it biting now, so let's loosen it off and see. The chuck when I come apart. I think we've got a few threads started. The chuck to come apart. Getting that first thread was the difficult one. It's hard work. Right, I'm going to stop filming there. This is the finished chuck with 4 12.9 M16 socket head cap screws or Allen screw bolts in it. I had a real bit of fun getting everything to line up between the chuck and the back plate, because I should have done it a different way, but never mind, it got there in the end, so it's should be an upgrade really. Hopefully it all works. We'll get it tried out shortly.